Hi friends, welcome to Aishu's DIY. Today we will design a bracelet using Bargain Bead Box subscription for the month of January 2024. So we have received this magnetic clasp, which I want to take use of, not the clasp but the findings, the moon and the star findings, and this finding as well. So this is the bigger gemstone. I think these are 10mm gemstones, and I pulled out a button from my stash. This is an antique gold shank button, and then this finding I made it with a round finding that I have. So this is the finding that I used here. I wire wrapped it with 11 seed beads and some 26 gauge wire. I did it just for a sample, but I thought that this will go ahead very well with my gemstone color combination, so I'm using it. But you can also use a plain ring as well, or a toggle clasp. The toggle part of the, not the bar part, the toggle part will work for this. So you can use any excuse me, one of that. And I have some leather cording. This is 2mm leather. I wanted to use this this color. I think this color is good. Yeah, so I want to use about, say, a foot of leather. I know it's a lot, but actually more than that. I will measure this for you guys. I don't want it to be less, so it's a foot and like 14 inches. Okay, so that's how much leather I have here, and then a button, shank button would be good. And then I took Eslon or Ceylon, whatever you want to call it. I think this is Ceylon. This is not Eslon, this is Ceylon. The regular Ceylon, there is fine and there is micro Ceylon, but this one is regular in this color. I don't want it to be any other color, like I don't want to match with the same. So I'm gonna take about, say, so we are going to knot, so I'm going to take about, say, 4 feet of cord, just to make sure that I'm going to double the cord. So I need about, say, at least 4 feet. Okay, so that I cut here. Okay, and one more thing is good for you is a big hole spacer bead. Okay, first let's do this. So I want to put this cord through it. So this is just regular. So we can start with this round, or we can start with the button. So I like to start with the button, and I like to go through this loop shank of the button one more time. So I will take one end and wrap it around. So one more time, and then make sure they are of equal length. So once you have that wrapped around, I would take this and make an overhand knot with both the cords. So take it, make a knot, make sure the knot lands close, pretty close to the shank of the button. Okay, you don't want it to be really tight as well. So that's that. You can actually pull these cords and then tighten that knot up. So once you have that, that's ready. Now I would like to do one more knot, because I want a little distance from that shank button. When you do this, this is a bigger bead, right? So this has to have enough space. The bead has to come like this, right? One more. And so I do have 3 of these spacer beads left. I utilized everything in the box. So I'm just going to thread these inside. So that will give us the space. Okay. There we go. Then I will add in a bead. So this is big enough hole that 2 of these cords will go through. Okay. Now let's do an overhand knot. Wrap around your 2 fingers. Put the finger in between. Take the end of the cord, and there you have a knot. You hold your index finger in the knot and then just hold it like that. And there we go. We have the knot. I'm gonna knot a couple of beads. I'm also gonna use the spacer which I have in my stash sparingly here and there asymmetrically, and then come back and show you guys how after I'm done knotting. So I have knotted this much. Let me tell you guys a couple more tips for knotting. So if you think that your cord is bigger, slightly bigger, and you are not able to put it through the bead, you can put a little bit of GS hypo cement at the end of these together. Just rub it in and let it sit. It will stiffen up. Then it will act as a needle. You can easily put your beads through. So if you have tweezers or bead awl or something, then you can use those to knot as well. Just make a loop, take the strands through the loop. There you have a knot, right? You want the knot to be right next to the bead. So what you do is you bring this loop down, put your tweezers inside this loop, and then hold where you want your knot to sit, right next to the bead. Then you pull the ends together. Now it's cinched down closer to the bead. Now what you do is you slightly wiggle and remove your tweezers. Hold on to this end, and this knot is still loose, right? Can you guys see that knot is still loose? So you take it and then push. Push the knot towards the bead. Okay, still not tight. Push it and pull the individual cords. There your knot is. And also, since there is 2 cords, it's easy for you to take it apart and tighten it as well. Okay, let's do the next one. But if you have a bead awl, not a tweezer, okay, let's see how we can knot with the bead awl. So wrap it around your fingers, the same thing, make yourself a knot, put the bead awl inside this loop, and then bring tighten the cords. Again the same thing, you wiggle. Take your pliers, your needle nose or tweezer nose pliers in my case, and just push the knot down. There you have your knot. You can separate the cords and tighten the knot as well, right? So 3 different techniques, but I like the hand knotting technique to be my favorite, and it's easy. It doesn't require any tools. It's pretty fast. So the speed is kind of like a teardrop, which I don't want it. On your fingers, put your finger to tighten that up, hold it right there and pull. There you go. Now I'm ready to. So I don't know how much this is. This is about, say, 14 to 15 centimeters. Maybe I should use all the beads that I have. So I'll finish making the end part, because this clasp is different, so we don't know how much of the space it will take. So let me show you guys. Take our 2mm leather cord, fold it into half, or not half actually, so just put this through the loop. So one needs to be a little bit longer than the other. Okay, so just 1/3 longer than the other, 2/3. Okay, just like that. And the long cord, the long leather needs to be in the up right there on the top. So if you have tube kind of a thing, then this should be a piece of cake. Let me show you guys. Hopefully this leather should fit in that. Let's see. It won't. Okay. Straw or something which is big enough to go through the leather, then you can take that. I'm gonna just take this rod, stainless steel rod, doesn't have any hole. I'm gonna take the bigger one and I'm gonna wrap once, twice and thrice. Okay, it's a barrel knot, right? So I take this, I remove the cord, I take this end and put it through all the 3 loops that I created. Okay, and kind of cinch these. Pull the cord. You will see that only if you pull only one of the cord, then this will cinch. Just roll it up and cinch. Okay, there we go. We have our barrel knot, first barrel knot. The second knot, so I want this to fit through this loop, the button, whichever button you have. So it's about, say, here. I want the second knot to be. Now this two became the same size, so let's see. Keep the rod there. Hold everything together, doesn't matter which one it is because both are the same length. Take the one which is on the top and wrap it around 3 times. See, we have a short, kind of a very short tail. So let's just do this again. Let's just hold it close and do it. 3. Okay, now just pull this and then feed this cord through the 3 loops that you have created. Okay, this is the barrel knot, but so just roll and pull these at the same time. So we want all the 3 circles to be in the same, Okay, now let's check this. It's a little bit bigger, so let's just make this a little bit short. That's about right. So that's, before tightening up, make sure it fits through your button, right? That's good enough. Now you can cut this. I think 1 feet of cord is more than enough. I cut a little bit more, that's okay. And then you can cut these at an angle. That's a very bad cut, so I'm gonna, okay, just like that. So leave a short tail. You can add a drop of glue here and a drop of glue there, so that's nice and permanent. I save these leather scraps. I don't know, I will I don't have a heart to throw it off. So here it is, right? So our clasp, I want to add this inside that button. Okay, it's gonna come like this. Okay, and now this is the length you need to measure. Let me see where I kept my ruler, which is right here. So it's about, say, 7.5 inch. So I was spot on. I don't have to add any more bead. But you should make sure, see, it is exactly 7.5. So if you hold it like this and this one comes like this, right? About, you need to have a space, a little bit of a leeway for it to go inside. That's it. So as I said, I wanted to add it. I did want to add the spacer bead here and there, but I never did. That's okay. But here I need it. I think I will go with this only. Let me see. Okay, and then go through this circle. You can either knot it like this, like a regular knot, or you can take these 2 cords and see if it goes through this once more. Let's see that. There it does. So okay, so okay, just like that. And you can separate these cords, and you can it's going to be a rather big knot. Once and twice. That's a surgeon's knot. If you go through the loop twice, then it's a surgeon's knot. And then you can kind of tighten that up nicely. Okay. Make sure everything is nice and tight. It's kind of a bulky knot. And then separate these cords. Go around and knot it this way as well. Right over left. And left over right. Okay, put a drop of glue and then you can snip it off later. I still have a lot more left, so 2.5 feet of cord would have been more than sufficient for this bracelet to be knotted. And I will cut it after I glue these together. And then we need a couple of dangles out here. So there is 2 jump rings that's provided with this charms that we received with the magnetic clasp. So I'm going to take this. It is a very small, I think I can fit it. Let me see. I want it to be freely moving though, so maybe I need a bigger jump ring. So excuse me, sorry about that. A little bit bigger jump ring is needed. Let's see. Probably this size would be good enough. Okay. So the movement of the charm will also be very good if the jump ring is big. So keep that in mind as well. There we go. 1, 2, and the third, I wanted it to be this connected to this, and then a carnelian bead, because what I thought was these are 10 millimeter. I don't want that big, so the carnelian bead is 8 millimeter, so the color kind of matches this. So I wanted to take a head pin. You can take any head pin if you don't want, or a 24 gauge wire is good too. Take your round nose pliers keep it on top, make a wrapped loop. Okay, before closing the loop, add it to this finding. Then wrap it until you reach the bead. You can also wrap it more. I have always done that because I feel that it is a waste of money. You are spending the money for your head pins, right? So see this, it acts like a partial bead cap, so that's a good thing. Now a bigger jump ring again. This is way too big. Maybe this one is fine. Let's see. There we go. I have added it. So I need to put some E6000, sorry, not E6000. Put some GS hypocement. I'm looking for as a plug, so that put it under, take this and take my bead stringing glue and put a generous amount here and in the back side, and oops, here inside the leather and here as well. There we go. Close it and keep it. So it's pretty much done. It is done. So I'm going to just cut, leaving a little bit of length. I will cut it up close once this is dry, but this is how the bracelet will look like. Right, very pretty knotted bracelet and wire wrapped as well. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. If you would like to support my channel, give super thanks, or you can buy a charm from my Etsy shop. I will leave down the description box below the link for my Etsy shop as well. Bye bye, have a good day.